Hi everyone, it's challenge of the week time. I've just been running myself. I wouldn't say I'm a great runner, but I have run on and off over the years, and now I like to try and get myself out at least once or twice a week for about 4 to 5k. So that's just kind of the amount that I find for me is quite good. And if I'm given a challenge, or if I've done a couple of races for charity, then I've done a bit further. But lots of people at the minute are getting out running, they're getting out cycling, and which is really brilliant. But I've been speaking to lots of people about issues, particularly with their hips. And hips are just really important to keep really healthy for lots of reasons. And for running and cycling particularly, we need to really think about keeping them strong and supple at the same time. So this is Healthy Hips Instalment 1, because there's loads of stuff that we can do for hips. So I just thought I'd do this quick video for us to really think about perhaps putting it on the end of a run or a cycle, or just finding 10 minutes within your week to try and do it a couple of times and just see for yourself if it helps make anything a little bit more efficient. So it's our challenge of the week. The challenge is to just try and do it. So it's not kind of doing it for as many reps or as much time. It's literally to just do it, okay? Try and do it once at least, and if you kind of enjoy it and think, yeah, it's going to help me, then do it more than once. So it's not particularly long at all, but let's just give it a go. It's all going to be standing. We've had a power cut, the whole street have had a power cut, so I don't know if you can hear all the alarms going off, but I thought I'd move it outside because it's a bit dark everywhere else. So it's all standing, and I will do a next instalment in a couple of weeks because there's loads of stuff that we can do kind of lying down on the floor. So we will get going. So the first thing we're going to do, if I'm just going to turn sideways, is a little exercise called standing on one leg. So you're going to pop your hands on your hips here so that we're keeping them nice and still. And I just want you to really draw the tummy in, keeping it the engagement here. And you're literally just going to take one leg up here. So you've got a right angle at the thigh and the shin there, and you're just taking it down. And then you're just taking it onto the side. So you're really thinking about coming forward and drawing the leg up, and then taking that foot down. If I just did it facing you here, the idea is that you're not sinking into the other hip, so you're keeping those hips nice and still. So I always say it's a bit like having a spirit leveler across your pelvis here, across your hips, and you're trying to keep that nice and still. So there's the challenge, to take the knee forward and not drop into that other hip, to keep nice and lifted, and then grow tall as that foot comes down, okay? And you're trying to not shift the weight too much, so you're not kind of really making it really obvious that you're moving. So you're just floating the leg up and taking it down. And we're going to do 20 of these. So we've probably done about 8. When I talk, I can't count at the same time. So let's say that's about 10. So growing up nice and tall here, 11 and 12. So it's a nice easy movement, but thinking of how tight you are potentially in your hips, you might find this a little bit more tricky. So pulling the tummy in, relaxing the shoulders, and just taking that leg forward. We've got 10 on either side, so take about 20, okay? And totally lost count, so let's just do about 6 more. Okay, good. Not too fast, trying to take that foot down, grow tall as that foot comes down, and take the leg forward. Then let's do 2 more. Okay, so this movement is a really functional movement because it's essentially what you're doing when you're running, and we're flexing here, and cycling as well. The thing that we need to actually really work on is that extension here, okay? And that is what we're not getting enough of when we're running or cycling. Everything is kind of here, 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 and we forget to kind of push off and extend that leg. So we're going to take that exercise, but we're going to come up, and then we're going to take it through, and you're going to bend. And we're going to take it up and bend. So now we're getting work into that supporting leg, but we're also getting that extension work here. And we're going to do that 20 times. This is 4, and then you can take your arms as if you're running, okay, across the body. So that's 6, or you can take the hands onto the hips here, and 7. So let's just keep going. 8 and 9, so you should start feeling that in the opposite leg here. 10, and let's go 10 more. 10, 9, whoops, and 8, 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and last one. There, give that leg a rub, you should be really feeling that. Let's go on the other side. So taking it up and taking it through. Take the shoulders forward a little bit there as well, rather than staying tall. Okay, tip forward a little bit here. And then you're bending into that supporting leg. So you're really getting work into the leg here. This is 4 and 5. Now as the knee bends, try to keep it over the toe on the supporting leg. 7. Keep breathing. Now take the energy to the core and draw the tummy in. That's about 10, I think, halfway. And 11. And 12. And 13. And 14. 5 more. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's do one more for luck. Up, down. Give those legs a shake. Well done. So we're just going to build on thinking about strengthening, and we're just going to do simple lunges and coming back. Yeah? So really nice and simple. Now often what happens with lunges, like squats, is we tip forward. So take everything down and keep your shoulders over your ribs, over your hips. So don't have any movement here, okay? And you don't have to come all the way down to the floor, you could just be halfway. So let's do 20 of these. So we're coming down, really pushing into that front leg and pushing into that heel, okay? This is 3. So keep the shoulders over the hips here. This is 4, tummy's nice and tight. This is 5 and 6. Now push into the front leg here. So you feel the work into the back of the leg. This is 9, and this is 10. Check. Are your shoulders tipping? Draw them back. 10, 9, 8. Can you go a little bit lower? 7, 6, 5. Take energy to the core. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake the legs there, okay? Well done. So we've done our standing on one leg, and then we've taken that through to here, and then we've done our single leg lunges here as well. Okay, great. So just shake those out. From there, what we're going to just think about is some stretches we can do standing, okay? So sort of taking that lunge idea, we're coming all the way down and just taking the arms, the hands either side of the foot here. So it's a really classical stretch. Just make sure your knee is over your toe and the back leg is as straight as possible. But if you can bend that knee, you potentially get a bit more of a stretch into the quad here. And then you can lengthen and bend and lengthen. So just taking maybe 10 to 20 little stretches here. Hold and breathe, and it's really important to not forget to stretch for our hips because they get so tight. We need to get this extension and we need to get this stretch, and then just switching them over, okay, and holding it there. So again, make sure your knee is over your toe here, and again you might want to bend and stretch into that there. Bend and stretch, or just hold it tight and hold that stretch. Oh, feel those legs working. Okay, good. And then just see if you can come and just take a little stretch forward and rolling up there. Okay, so the last stretch, which is a really important stretch to do for your hip area, okay, which we can do on the floor, which we'll do in another hip exercise we'll do it on the floor. But here we're going to stand. So you might want to kind of come up to something and hold on. But you're simply just crossing that leg over and then you're bending forward and you're sticking your bottom out here, okay? And the more you bend, the bigger the stretch into this area, okay? Such a large muscle to stretch, and all the ligaments in between, it's really important to stretch it. And the more you bend and tip forward, the bigger the stretch. So hold it, okay? You might need to hold on to something. And hold it, and hold that stretch and breathe into that area. And give it a shake, and then let's go on the other side. So find that cross, push that knee away, and then bend down, okay? And hold. And you might, if you've got anything to hold on to, if you're kind of pulling into something, if you pull, then you get an even bigger stretch, okay? And hold. Bend and pull, and hold that stretch there. Okay, you can do a bit of yoga and hold the pose if you want to, but really, really stretch into those muscles there and give those a shake. Okay, and that is it. So, about 10 minutes, okay? Pop it onto the end of your cycle or your run. We're just doing this the whole time with our running. Really think about that extension, okay? And in next instalments of our Healthy Hips, then we'll look at other exercises for mobilisation and a little bit more about that extended position there, okay? But for now, let's get the joints nice and strong and the glutes and everything around it, and get a bit of stretch into there as well, okay? Good luck, let me know how you get on. Okay, have a great day and the rest of your week. Good luck!